Hello everyone, this is Gander of VATOCLAN here at IPL4. With me is GoSu ViBE. ViBE, how you liking Vegas so far?
It's pretty good, man. I haven't gambled before in my life, and last night I actually did some gambling on my own, some roulette table, and I actually ended up ahead, so I might be getting addicted, I guess, like before I even started before or whatever.
Are you gonna go pro roulette now? Is that your backup plan?
Maybe. It's my fallback after StarCraft.
Well, at least then it's still a coin flip like ZVZ is, right?
Exactly. That's the whole logic behind it. Dude. I just coin flip it up if I can make some money at it.
Yeah, and making money is like the thing that people are talking about in Vegas. I remember Payne User earlier today in a cast made a joke, how many people have lost money today? People are like, woo, how many people made money? Yeah, there's like 2 guys. So at least it's treating you good, because there's some people that aren't getting treated so good. You've been playing in the, you got the NSL coming up. You've been playing EG's Masters Cup. How's your schedule been?
A little while ago, it was pretty open. I was doing just like clan league stuff. Our team just won a couple things. We played the IMGUR. I don't know if it's pronounced Imager, but we just played in that, and it was like an 8-team invitational, and we won that. And then our team also just ended up winning the ESEA season something. There's so many seasons of that. Season 3 for StarCraft, I think. And then other than that, I've just been playing like a tournament here or there, streaming a little bit, and just preparing for future tournaments.
Now, one of the things that I've always been really curious about ever since I've been following you since NASL 1, and it seems like you get into kind of nutty games once in a while, more particularly against TLO. You've hit him in NASL 1, you hit him at MLG. When you play against Terrans, I want to know what it's like for you playing against Terrans, because your mutalist controls always impressed me. Is that like your thing against them? You have anything special you do against them?
When I play against Terrans, sometimes I'll go for like the Ling Bin Ling Muta style, and if I do that, then it depends like how much damage I do with it. Like if I'm really controlling the game and like denying their third or whatever, I'll probably commit to it the whole game. But if it's like, let's say like I didn't do a lot of damage with it, sometimes you'll see me do things where I'll do a tech swap into like ultras, and then if I see an opportunity to be really aggressive with like nydus canals, which is something I've done before, which I'm sure you probably are referring to like nutty games where it's like nydus is everywhere, I'll do that if Terrans start like overexpanding and like exposing themselves across the map, because then I feel like there's a lot of room for me to be really mobile with nydus, because they won't be able to defend everything at once. So, and TLO, yeah, he's a really unique player in himself, so it's kind of like you can't really, I don't know, like you can't really practice for someone like TLO. It's just kind of the game that happens when you play it. So it's kind of interesting, I guess.
They've always been good games to watch whenever I've seen you play against him. And I'd like to talk a little bit more on the nydus thing, because nydus, I think, is something that is really, really underutilized in Zerg vs. Terran, because Terran, if they go for a tank planetary, if they go for that kind of static army, it seems like nydus works really, really well against them. Is there a downside to nydus against a build like that? Like, what foils a nydus at that point?
The nydus is really good when the Terran isn't prepared for you everywhere across the map, and then you get good damage in. But the one thing that really counters the nydus really well, and someone who's done it to me before, like the first person who I practiced with that countered it a lot once he realized my style, like if that's what I went into, was Juan, or back on when I was his teammate, he was 6x Major, and now he's just, I don't know what he is now.
He has all those names.
Yeah, I'll just call him Major now. But he's really good about putting the sensor towers across his outer edges of the map, so you can see overlords like the red dot that's going to come get ready to set up the vision for the nydus. And then he also patrols little like individual groups of Marines, and he'll have like 6 Marines, which is only 6 supply, and he'll dedicate those to like patrolling the outer sides of all of his exposed spots where nyduses could be. And then he's really good about watching the map. As soon as one pops up, he always just denies it. And then if you can't get in with a nydus and you're focusing on throwing down all your like units and the nyduses, and then it gives the Terran time to prepare. And then if the Terran like then moves up a little bit and takes a little bit more of the map, and he starts starving you out, then that's when nydus could be like, you commit too much to it, and then it just kills you because you're not actually getting any map control because it keeps denying it. So that's the downside to it. If a Terran has really good map control and presence and awareness, then it won't really work.
All right, well, I'm glad to see someone using it, because that's one of those things about Zerg. It's like nydus and ultralisks and other drops that aren't banelings, like Hydra drop, Ultra drop, stuff like that. That just seems unorthodox, seems to have a place, and it doesn't really get enough attention, I feel. One of the other questions I've had is, online, a lot of people put a lot into names. Where does ViBE come from? Your ID?
No particular place. I just back when I played Warcraft 3, and I made this name when I was like, not ViBE. I made my other name when I played Warcraft 3 when I was like 12. I think it's when Brood War came out for StarCraft, and my name was Cold Fusion, and I was like, this name's so awesome, I'm gonna use it forever. And then as I started meeting people in real life, and they're like, what's your name? What's your like name in the game? And I started saying that, I was like, maybe it's time for a name change. I think I've outgrown that one. And then I just wanted to pick like a short and simple one, and I just picked a word that I thought sounded fine, and ViBE was the one I picked. So that's pretty much the backstory. Just wanted to change, I guess.
What? Why is the I lowercase?
Because it looks awesome. I love the capital VBE and then the lowercase I. It looks really. I actually first made that name when I played Call of Duty on. I didn't never play that competitively or anything. Just played it with friends, and then you could actually like make your name in colors, and I made my name in black and green, and it was a green I and then a black VBE, and it looked really cool. So I was like, I'll just do the capitalization that way from now on.
All right, my last question for you. You just mentioned COD. What else is in like your gaming history? What are some other games you've played besides StarCraft? You know, what do you do when you get done nidusing people into oblivion? What is your cooldown?
I played a lot of games. I've been like pretty much. I would never say I was like a casual gamer. Like once I got into gaming, I was pretty devoted to gaming. And that started, honestly, I would say probably around the time Diablo 1 and like StarCraft came out. Like that was probably like in 96, 90, like 97-ish. That's when I really got into it. And then I would like, back then I would just play everything I could. I would play consoles, I would play computer, pretty much anything. I don't even know, probably like I played every genre pretty much, and up recently though I've pretty much only played Blizzard games because they're the only game, because I've turned into like a PC gamer only pretty much, and I feel Blizzard games are like the only games that are relevant anymore to me. Like I don't really have fun on many other games. I get tired of them pretty fast. And then I guess the only other genre I would say I still play sometimes is like FPS games that aren't Blizzard products. And that would be like, I've been kind of looking forward to like the new CSGO game coming out. It's in beta right now. And I haven't really got to play that, and I'd like to, but yeah, pretty much just Blizzard products anymore. That's like how I am.
Well, we all certainly like Blizzard. Do you have any shout-outs, any thank yous, anyone you want to say hi to?
Just want to thank all my fans and everyone who supports me. Thank my manager, all my teammates, and my sponsors. That would be Max Integration and Own TV. And then if you guys want to follow me or anything, you can follow me on Twitter. It's @VibeLOL. And then I now have my new streaming channel. It's on Owned, and that's ViBE TV, and that's pretty much it.
All right, excellent. Thank you for the interview, ViBE. I've talked to you for a while. Appreciate it.
Yep.